Hello there. Welcome back to Financial Accounting in 5. This video, we want to look at the preparation of profit or loss appropriation account. So we've got a question 2 here that we want to look at. And our question reads, the following balances appeared in the trial balance of Sony and Sony traders on 31 August 2019 after the trading profit or loss account has been compiled. The partners are L Sony and T Sony. So this are given a list of balances that we have there in terms of capital, account, current account, drawings, loan, salary, and net profit. So if you go to the next page, you'd see that we've got a continuation of the question whereby we're given the partnership agreement. So you need to go through each and every item of the partnership agreement before you answer the question. Then on the required part, we are only going to look at the second part, which is profit or loss appropriation account, and we see that it has got 18 marks. So we have our profit and loss appropriation account here that we are going to prepare in the form of a T account. So we are going to start with putting the profit or loss amount that is for the period. But I would see that the profit or loss amount that was prepared for the previous question. Let's just refer back to the question. You'd see that here on 2.1, that's where we have the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, which was prepared, and the figure was 626,480. So this is the figure that we are going to start with in the profit or loss appropriation account, is a figure that is being transferred from the statement of profit or loss. So we go there and try to indicate it. Obviously, if it's a profit, it has to come to the credit side there, coming from the profit or loss account. So we go there, we present it as profit or loss. So here we say profit or loss, and the amount is 626,480. So we go to the partnership agreement. That's where we have got the element that needs to be calculated. So we go there and try to see what we have in terms of the partnership agreement. So you see that we are told that the interest on the loan by T Sony, must still be calculated, as no interest was calculated for this financial year, for this financial period. But we see that interest on loan, we are going to include it in the current account, not the appropriation. So we skip this one, go to the next one. The partner Elson receives a salary of 9,000 per month, and Tson receives 120,000 per annum. So you'd see that the one that is supposed to go to the appropriation is the one which is per annum. So very important to take note. So this one which is per annum goes to the appropriation. And then the one that is for at monthly basis, it was adjusted in the profit or loss or the profit or loss and other comprehensive income. That's where it was included. So in the calculation of 2.1, so you see that on 2.1, that's where we adjusted the one that is per month, which is 9,000 rands. So we are only going to take the one that is per annum, which is 120. So the 110,000 is one that is per annum, that's supposed to be in the appropriation. So we go there and present it as such. Now we are going here on the profit and loss appropriation, and we take it to the debit side of the appropriation account. So we're going to say salary. We have our salary. And it's 120,000. So we go again and see other elements of the partnership agreement. So after the issue of salary, we have got interest on capital is calculated at 10% per annum. T-Son increased the year capital on 1 June 2019 by 50,000. So we need to know how many months did this 50,000 stay in the business. So we know that it was increased on 1 June. So we're going to count from 1 June. So we can just take note of where the year is ending. The year is ending 31 August, indicated at the beginning of the question, 31 August. So if you come here, you'd see that this was introduced 1 June. So you're saying the war of June, and then July, and then August. So this 50,000 was there for 3 months. So to calculate the interest on capital for this 50,000, we are going to say our rate is 10% there, which is 0.10, which is 10% as a decimal is 0.10, and then we multiply by 50,000, and we reduce to 3 months, which is 3/12. We calculate as such, you are going to see that figure that you are going to get there. It's going to be 1,250. So this is the interest on capital for the 50,000 for the 3 months that we had this 50,000. So if you go back to our question at the beginning there, we have given the capital balance is for Sony is 250. So having the balance is 250. Remember, this is a 31 August 2019 at the year end, which means that 50,000 that was introduced during the year was already inside the 250. So basically, we are saying that 250 that we have at the end of the year, we subtract 50,000 so that we have the capital that was there for the whole year. And then we multiply by 10%. So basically, we are saying, if you come here, we are saying 10%, which is 0.10. Then we multiply by 250,000. Then we subtract the 50,000 that was introduced during the year, so that we are left with the capital that was there for the whole year. So we calculate it like that. You see that now it becomes 0.10 multiplied by 200,000, and we get 20,000. So this 20,000 we add it to the 1,250 that we got for the 50,000. So we're saying 20,000 plus 1,250. So we go there, we add this one, 1,250. So we go to our answer section and just summarize the working by saying interest on capital. Interest on capital. So we had 20,000 for the one that was there for the whole year, plus the one that was introduced during the year is 1,250. So if you add the two, you're going to get 21,000. Let's just try to see. This one is for Sony only, so we can just indicate it as for Sony only. We also need to calculate the interest for the other partner. So we are saying if you come here, we also have the other partner, which is for Sony is 80,000 capital, and remember our rate is 10%. So we are saying we are going to say our 0.10 is our 10%, and then we multiply by the capital that we have for Sony. And we try to see Sony about 190,000. Sorry, it's 190,000. So we are multiplying by 190,000. Then we multiply like that, you're going to get your 19,000. So this is the other interest on capital of the other partner. So we add again 19,000 there so that we get the total interest on capital. So we go there. So here we are saying plus our 19,000. So add it like that. You see that what we figure that you're going to get there by saying 20,000 plus 1,250 plus 19,000. You are going to get your 40,250. So here we've got 40,250. Then we go again to our partnership agreement and try to see what's the next calculation that we are supposed to make. Right, on our partnership agreement now we are on D, which is saying interest on drawings must be calculated as 15% per annum is if the drawings were for 3 months. So we have got a key term that we have there. Maybe we can just try to remove what we have there. So we are saying the key term that we have there is that we are having for 3 months, which is we are supposed to calculate the interest on drawings by saying 15% of the total drawings, then we reduce it to 3 months. So we check the total amount that we have for drawings for the first partner. We are seeing that the drawings that we have is 80,000. 80,000 for Sonti. So we can just calculate it as such, whereby we are saying 15% is 15 over 100 or 0.15 as a decimal times 80,000. And then obviously we are reducing to our 3 months, then multiplied by 3 over 12. See what do we get there. Let's just try to see. 0.5 or 0.15, which is 15% times 80,000. And then we multiply by 3 over 12. So you see that the figure that you are going to get is 3,000 for the first partner. Then we check for the second partner. Let's just check the total for our drawings for the second partner. Let's just try to see what do we have. So for the second partner, we see that we have got 120,000 here. So we are going to multiply by 120,000. So for the second partner, we are seeing 15%, which is 15 over 100 or 0.15 as a decimal. Then we multiply by 120,000. And obviously we reduce it to 3 over 12. Calculate it. Let's try to see what we get. So you're going to get your 4,500. So in the appropriation now, we are getting 3,000 plus 4,500. So we go there. Remember, interest on drawings is supposed to be on the credit side. So here we are saying interest on drawings. Interest on drawings, and we are saying we are adding 3,000 plus 4,500. So we are saying 3,000 plus 4,500. And the figure that we are supposed to get is 7,500. So this is what we have. So we go again to the partnership agreement, see if you've got anything else that we need to enter there. So interest on drawings, we are finished. So go to E. Interest on current account is 14% per annum. So 14%, we go there and calculate. So let's just try to see. So we come here, we have got our 14% and our current, we are seeing that we have got a debit balance for Sonti, and then we have got a credit for T-Sony. So it means for this debit balance, it should appear on the credit side of the appropriation. So this one is going to the credit side of appropriation, and this one going to debit side of appropriation. So basically, we are saying 14% is 0.14 as a decimal, and then we multiply by 70,000 to get the one for Sonti. So 0.14, and then we multiply by 70,000. And then the figure that you are supposed to get is 9,800. So this 9,800, we put it on the credit side of the appropriation because it has a debit balance here. We go there. So we are saying interest on current, and we are saying 9,800. Then we go and calculate the other interest on current that we have. We come here, you see that the other current is 90,000, but it's on credit side. So we are saying 0.14 times 90,000. And we calculate like that, we're going to get 12,600, which is now going to the debit side. So we go there. So we are now saying interest on current. Interest on current are there. Just try to see. Right. Then you can just maybe try to indicate who are you, which interest on current is this one. Remember, this one is for the second partner, which is our Sony. So here we can just say Sony, and we are saying the figure that we have is 12,600. And here again, you can indicate that is Sony. Right. Just to specify where you are taking that uh, interest on current. So I will go and try to see again the next partnership agreement term that we have there. We now have created an employment bonus fund for 4,000. So obviously this is going to come to the debit side of the appropriation again. Is our bonus. So we can say employment or the employee bonus fund. So we are saying here. Employee bonus fund, and the figure that we have is 4,000. So we are saying 4,000 here. So this is what we have. And then after that, we have finished all the entries that we need to make. So we are supposed to add and see the difference, and then the difference we are supposed to apportion it. So if you go to the partnership agreement again, you'll see that the last item is saying the remaining profit or loss on the last part there. We are told that the remaining profit or loss must be divided equally, which is very important. So the difference that we are going to get there, whether it's a loss or a profit, we are going to divide it equally between the partners. So basically, we have got two partners, so we're just going to divide by two. Then the other that we get is the apportionment of each and every partner of the two partners. So we come here. You add the total of the debit and the credit. You are going to see that the total of the credit is the greater total. Let's just try to put our double lines. So let's try to see. Right. So after putting your double lines, we add the total of the debit and the credit. We are going to see that the credit side is against got a greater total. Let's just try to see it there 626,480. And then we add your 7,500. And then we add your 9,800. And then the total that we are supposed to get there is 643,000. 643,780. So we can say, so this is the greater total which is supposed to come in between. The double lines are both sides. Which is 640,780. So you are going to see that the bigger total that we have there is going to be your 643,780. So we are going to put it both sides in 643,780. And then if you add the debit side, the total of the debit side, you are going to see that it's going to be 176,000. So we are going to see that the total of the debit is 176,850. So if you subtract 643,780, so we can just maybe try to make it clear there. If you subtract now 643,780, then you subtract 176,850. The figure that you are going to get there, let's just try to see 643,780. Then you subtract 176,850. And then we're going to get 466,930. So this is the figure that is being referred to as it's going to be shared equally. So if you come back here to a partnership agreement, you'll see that they are saying the remaining profit or loss must be shared, must be divided equally between the partners. So this is the one that is being referred to. So obviously, we are now going to divide it by 2 as it is equally. And say 466,930 divided by 2 since we've got 2 partners. And then the answer that we are going to get is 233,465, which means each of the partners is going to get you 233,465. So if we have also a smaller total on the debit side, it means the balancing figure also is coming to the debit side, and it will be a profit. This is a share of profit that is taking place if we are having a smaller total on the debit side. So here we are just going to indicate it as remember these balances are supposed to be transferred to the current account. So we're saying current account, we have got Sonti. And then again, we say current account. And the other one is Sony. So remember the figure that we got there when we divided is 233, which is for both partners, 233,165. 233,465. So remember, we are not going to have any balance CD in the profit or loss appropriation. The balancing figure is transferred to the current account as share of profit or share of loss. So if the credit side is a smaller total, it was going to be a share of loss. So in this case, we've got a share of profit. And also, let's take notes on the issue of interest on current account. You can put them on one side, as in you check where we have got a bigger figure. In other words, we are saying we have got, let's check of our current account, interest on current, we have got for Sony 12,600, and then we have for Sony 9,800 on the credit. So you see that the bigger figure of interest on current is on the debit side. You can put them both on the debit, and then you say 12,600 minus 9,800. Then you put the difference here. If the bigger interest is on the credit, you are supposed we can put them together on the credit by saying the one that is on the credit, the bigger minus this one, and then you put the difference here, and then you remove this one on the debit. So if that is the case, But you can as well make it simpler by just posting one by one. So this is what we have, guys, according to this video. Let's stay tuned for more videos to come. Let's subscribe and share. Let's share the link to all colleagues who are doing financial accounting in 5. As for this video, I'm signing out. Let's meet again in the next video.